So if you wanted to show that you thought the Lord was really special, how might you do that? If you wanted to show that you thought the Lord was really important, how might you do that? Yeah. Do the right things and not the wrong things. Absolutely. Obeying the Lord is one of the best and most important ways of showing that we think He's important. It's hard to say you think someone's important if you don't listen to them, right? What else? What are other ways that we might show that we thought the Lord is important? What about what we're doing right now? Are we doing something right now that shows that the Lord is important? What are we doing? Worshiping Him, right? If nothing else, we've come to this church building as a way of saying the Lord is worth our time and effort to worship Him. Something else that people do when they want to show that the Lord is special, that they believe the Lord is important, is they make something to honor Him. They create something or do something special or beautiful as a way of showing honor to the Lord. And the Word is full of a whole lot of examples of people who do something like that, but one of the better known ones is King David. David was the king of Israel, but he also wrote a whole lot of psalms to the Lord. Who can tell me what a psalm is? There's a word for it that we use more ordinarily in English. What's the more ordinary word for a psalm? A poem, someone said, but specifically it's a poem set to music or a song. A psalm is just a song. So David wrote songs to the Lord as a way of showing that he thought the Lord was important. And we have all of those psalms written in the Lord's Word, 150 of them. And it's important to remember that the Psalms of David are actually more than just the Psalms of David. They're also the Lord speaking, because when David wrote these songs, the Lord inspired in him the words he was supposed to say. So the Psalms are also the Lord speaking to us. And they're just a way of sharing the idea that the Lord is important and worth celebrating. I'm going to read you just a little piece of the first psalm. And remember, this would originally have been set to music, and we don't know the music that went with it, but you can imagine someone singing this, playing beautiful music along with it. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that brings forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also does not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. So the song is about how the Lord takes care of the people who listen to Him. The psalm is about how the Lord protects us, how He's good to us. He makes us like a strong tree, rivers of water. Something wonderful about the Lord that David wanted to celebrate in a song. Now, was David the only one who wrote songs about the Lord? You can just look in your liturgy, see all the other songs that people have written to the Lord, and there are so many more than that. And actually, a lot of the songs in the liturgy are based on the Psalms of David, including one that we're going to sing in just a few minutes. And songs aren't the only thing that people made to honor the Lord. What else do people make to honor the Lord? Yeah. They make the Bible. People make copies of the Word look beautiful and special. Or we even put them up on altars as a way of showing that the Word is special and the Lord is special. What about this building? There were some people who thought hard about how to make this building because they wanted to make a special house for the Lord, a special place of worship. You can go out later in the hall and look at all the paintings that people have made of stories of the Lord's Word or of pictures of the Lord Himself. Paintings that try to show us something wonderful about the Lord. And sometimes when we want to honor the Lord, we don't so much make things as do things. We do things as a way of serving and appreciating and honoring the Lord. Just as an example, you can think of all the people who have served in this building today in small ways, ways that are sometimes easy to forget. None of them are getting money for it. They're doing it because they want to show that serving in the Lord's house is important. They want to show that they think the Lord is special. So how are you going to honor the Lord? What are you going to do, or what are you going to make as a way of showing that the Lord has done good things for you, as a way of saying thank you, as a way of celebrating what you love about the Lord? The most important things are those things we said at the very beginning. Listening to the Lord. That is the single most important way of honoring Him. Being the best version of you that you can be. But the Lord's also given each of us a special gift, given each of us a talent. Each one of us can do things or make things that nobody else can do exactly the same way. How are you going to use your gift to honor the Lord? What will you do for Him? What will you make for Him? How will you celebrate Him? What wonderful thing can you offer that can show people that the Lord is wonderful? Amen.